Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of Legal Shit. We're here on a this time rainy Saturday morning.
Yes.
First time it's rained for any of our episodes. We're here with my lovely wife Antoinette.
Hi guys.
And our special guest Reggie Rock.
Hello guys.
Reggie's our in-house private investigator, and we'll investigate anything we can hire him to do.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Great.
Thanks, Reggie. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for
At
coming.
a short notice, we had someone canceled, and we're like, oh my goodness. And Reggie always says, whenever we want to talk about private investigation, anything like that, call him up. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Reggie.
Yeah. So this morning we're going to be talking about a hot topic, I guess, on the internet. Sean P. Diddy, right?
Yes.
Sean Combs or P. Diddy Combs or
Yes.
Puff Daddy Combs or,
Yes.
or P or Love, I heard was one of the
That's-
nicknames. Anyway, we're going to be talking a little bit about what he's charged with, how his trial's going, and also what's the fallout for someone like P. Diddy, who has a huge enterprise. I guess it must be $1 billion enterprise.
Yeah, they call him a mogul.
I mean, he's just got, he's got recording, he's got the music production, he's got, I think he makes some sort of liquor. I know he's got a spirits company.
He does.
I think we'll get into that.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that,
Mhm.
and also we're going to talk with Reggie about private investigation, and how would a private investigator, if he or she were involved in the P. Diddy case, how would they have been used by either the prosecution or the defense? So.
Mhm.
And we're here with our special guest Mimi.
The mascot.
She
won't stop barking, so I was like, let me just pick her up.
That's
I can't.
We don't want to listen to barking the whole morning long. She barks at everyone that goes by. So
Yeah.
all right.
She's
So
greeting them.
huh? Yeah.
She's greeting
I know,
them.
but it's anyway.
Don't complain about my dog.
That's right. So P. Diddy, what's going on with P. Diddy?
He's on trial.
Yeah.
He's on trial for sex trafficking.
All kinds of stuff. I'm gonna go. I'll tell you what charges he's in a second. So.
Okay, go ahead, because you asked a question.
Well, he's on trial. He was charged in the Southern District of New York, I guess,
Mhm.
right? The United
Yes.
States District Court. And I think they just finished this past Friday. Yesterday, they finished the third week of his trial.
Well,
And I think the prosecution says they're going to go another couple of weeks, and then the defense starts, and they're going to last. I don't know. Who knows? Sometime into July,
it looks
probably.
like it's gonna be forever because I don't think anyone has. Everyone has says. I guess they saw the part about Cassie, the Cassie part when he
Oh.
was dragging her,
Yeah.
but everything else is like some of the stuff I hear is like they're not saying that he did it personally.
Well, it's a lot.
They're
Of,
just saying that he knew about it or
Yeah, but he's-
stuff like that.
well, he's charged. I'll tell you what he's charged with, and that all feeds into the fact that he's charged with running a criminal conspiracy.
yeah.
So he
Man, he's
doesn't have,
badass. I'm like,
he doesn't
whoa.
have to do all the things as long as you have the agreement to do bad things.
Mhm.
That's enough for racketeering claims or charge.
So explain racketeering to me.
I don't even understand the statute. I think half the lawyers don't understand the full statute, but it was basically designed, I think, with regards to bringing down organized crime.
Okay.
Right?
So I'm going to have to ask about that because I thought racketeering is organized crime, as you just said.
Yeah.
Nobody else has been named.
No, that's
Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
noticed that too. A couple people called some names, but they just said that they knew about it.
Yeah. I think probably the people that would have been charged would be the people that they're going to be using to testify against him. So maybe they didn't get charged for that reason. I don't know. But I did ask the same thing. Who are the other members of the conspiracy? They seem to say in the indictment that the other members are just, they keep saying like associates, members, employees.
They may be scared of those people too.
I don't know.
Well, sounds like everyone's scared. The entire business, movie industry, everyone seems to be scared of the higher power.
Yeah. Well, so he's charged with 3 different counts.
Mhm.
It was an unsealed indictment. The first one is a racketeering conspiracy, which he faces a life sentence
Mhm.
if convicted. And what that charge is about is that they say that P. Diddy and others conspired to essentially run a racketeering enterprise, a criminal enterprise. So that's not good.
Seems like they did it to me, the way how everyone's testifying.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they did it. When I say what I've been listening to, I'm like, these people are smart.
Wow.
I mean, men, women, everybody.
Who, what? Everybody for what? Smart. What are you talking about?
Meaning,
They got caught. I don't know how
yeah,
smart they are. But
no, they got caught because the snitches and the history of social media now.
Yeah.
That may be why, but other than that, it's like they really did not leave anyone out. They
Who?
It's legal shit. They They
do you
bang
keep saying?
kids, men.
Oh, they say
everything.
they. Well, I don't know who are you. I
Not
don't know if
well,
you're
whoever.
referring to the prosecution or the defense or P. Diddy
I
and the
can't
criminal
say P.
enterprise.
Diddy because has anyone said specifically that he did it? They saw him do it.
I
Well,
read the indictment.
they said that he was always watching.
No, he watched. He participated.
Participated.
He directed people to participate. He directed people to get the people to bring them in, and so he's also charged in count 2 with sex trafficking, and that is by force, fraud, or or coercion, or other means. You recruit, transport, bring, help people to commit prostitution, I guess, or a commercial sex act. I think is what the indictment says, and so that's what he and his enterprise were doing. They keep talking about commercial sex workers. They never identify whether they were male or female.
Oh, they did.
In the indictment?
They did?
Oh, in the indictment, I don't know, but the people on the stand said they were men. I know Usher was on there. He was there since he was 15. He got on the stand. It's just
Usher hasn't testified yet. In P. Diddy's trial?
Yeah. They haven't?
No.
No, he has not.
Oh, okay.
No. What'd you find out on social media?
I sure enough did.
Yeah, there you go. Man.
He has not testified as far as I know.
But he hasn't spoken on anything.
I think there's only been 6 people who testified. The 1 or 2 assistants.
Yeah.
One, what's her name? The girlfriend that he beat up in the hallway.
Cassie.
And then another one who's going by the pseudonym Mia. So she doesn't want to use her real name while testifying in court.
Oh.
And then I think there were like a police officer and an investigator or a fire guy. But not all the witnesses have come out. But I guess from what I understand, the 2 women didn't have the best of testimony for P. Diddy, but they kind of beat up the last one I heard. But we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
And then the third charge against P. Diddy is for the transportation to engage in prostitution, and that has to do with transporting the commercial sex workers and others across state lines. In some instances, they even said internationally. So. But flew them or brought them.
He has a private plane too.
Yeah, so he was probably flying them overseas to hotels, and so that's a 10-year sentence for that one. So, but when you're facing 2 life sentences, so the 10 years really doesn't matter too much. So,
I'm looking. I see a shadow on me. I have no makeup on, guys.
Oh, hey boy.
Stop.
And then,
but getting ahead of ourselves, I saw this morning when I woke up that Trump is already commenting on pardoning him.
He may pardon him. So all this is for nothing. Donald Trump may pardon him.
I don't know.
So all this is for nothing. It's like we're doing all this and wasting all this taxpaying money. Who's really suing P. Diddy though?
I don't know. I know there's a number of cases against him.
Yeah.
Civil cases, but
Cassie already
they settled.
They settled right early on.
She started all this.
Yeah.
Right. I think they settled literally. It was like the next day or something. They said they settled. We're done.
Yeah.
P. Diddy heard it. Said, no, well, here you go. Here's
I mean, the video came out. Not a good look. Not a good anything.
Yeah, that video was not helpful.
Oh my goodness. And
I just watched it again this morning just to see. I was like, oh my God, I forgot how bad it was.
And then did you hear what she testified about what they were doing?
No.
The peeing. I'm going to put it out there. The peeing,
I did read about that.
The mess, the smell of the room.
Yeah,
it was gross.
They said in the indictment they had to hire cleaning crews to come in and clean the rooms afterwards.
Yeah.
After what's known as, they were calling them, the parties were called freakouts.
Freak-offs.
Freak-offs. I'm sorry,
absolutely.
And they had professional cleaners because they didn't want to leave any DNA, anything. So they had professional people to come in and scrub that room like they were not there. And then I heard like some hotels, once it was done, they would close that room off for a couple of days. Anytime he comes and he does anything in those rooms, the rooms are shut down for a couple of days in the hotels. Wow. And they were like, he's coming. This guest is coming. We know what to do.
Wonder if they charged him extra.
I don't think he cared.
Yeah, he didn't care.
No.
Yeah, he had money. He had everyone else's money.
And then
not even his money.
They're also seeking forfeiture of any assets that are derived from the unlawful activities. I don't know what that would be. People weren't paying him. I think he was paying people to show up there. So I don't know. But they are seeking forfeiture of certain assets or monies.
He allegedly paid hotel staff
to
keep them out shut.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's still in custody. He was denied bail on multiple occasions.
Yes.
Because I guess the court ruled that he was a flight risk, and they were afraid that he would tamper with witnesses.
Mm-hmm. Tamper with witnesses? Yes, he will tamper.
Yes, he would,
he was already scaring them.
Yeah, that's exactly
scared
right.
Everyone. Oh my goodness. He just had, when I say this man, I want to say he's smart. I'm sorry. I want to say he's.
Can you get close to the mic,
please? The idea of coming up, it's just like slavery. It's the business plan on it. To know that, okay, these people will do certain things if I put them in certain positions and they will not say anything.
Because I have the money.
Right. But, that's right. And the power.
Let's just say, but let's back up and just say it's still alleged.
Yeah.
It's alleged. Yeah. Okay. It's alleged. It is alleged.
But yes, he has the money. He has the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of the people that I read, both in the indictment and other, online reviews and things like that, a lot of the people were working for him, and they faced losing their job.
Yeah, and that's another thing it was saying about if this is your employer, what law is he breaking when your employer is making you do all these unforgiven acts? Oh, I don't know. Goodness.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I mean, that those are those types of strange situations where the sexual harassment cases, and the female employees for the most part who are saying I've been sexually,
and male employees,
and sometimes male employees.
No. He alleged that he did not just leave out the females. He got the men too.
But I'm not talking about him. I'm just talking about in general that in these sexual harassment cases, one of the big questions is always, why did you let it go on? Why did you? And I think one of the answers is that was my job. I didn't want to just lose my job,
Especially if you're getting paid so much.
I know people are getting paid well, and it's tough.
The lifestyle. To lose their lifestyle.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and that's a shame. Actually, but we'll talk about it in a second. But I know the last witness to testify, the woman known as Mia. They really beat her up on cross-examination, from what I understand, because they had all of her social media posts saying what a great guy he was, and supposedly this was like not too long after these sexual assaults occurred. Then she would go online and say he's a great guy and a nice guy, and they're like, "Well, really? This is the same guy you're now saying raped you and did these things to you, but this was what you wrote afterwards?"
But I think they'll believe them because everyone that got on the stand said they were scared of their lives. They're scared of everything.
Yeah. Well, it's anyway. It's what are you gonna do?
Reggie?
Okay, so you want me to jump in?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, I'll jump in as a private investigator. Thankfully, I've never had to work on a case like this. But I will tell you that if I did, I would be I would feel morally and legally obligated to report
everything.
Yes. And I think the misconception, like, it's not with attorneys mainly, but it's with private clients.
Right.
Yeah.
They misunderstand what my role is. My role pretty much is I can't fix anything.
Right. You can't do anything about anything.
I gather the information.
Right.
And I bring it back. But if, for example, if I was working a case and I found out a child is being abused, I absolutely would report it.
Right. Even though you're not supposed to.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's.
So no, I'm not a fixer.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm not Ray Donovan, if you both know who that is.
Yeah.
So, but
the boxer,
I
right?
absolutely would.
Ray Donovan is a boxer, right?
No, never mind.
Player?
Never mind. It was a TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. TV show. It's a TV show.
He was a fixer.
Oh, yeah.
A fixer.
Yes.
Is it like MacGyver?
No.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay. At least I know MacGyver.
So supposedly in these freak offs, I mean, he would like force people to attend and then bring in sex.
He didn't force them.
Well, he
tricked them.
Coerced them, tricked them.
Yes, made it seem like it's these lavish parties. It's like a meetup. You know how we're downtown. We always go to these meetups and we want to meet all these other influential people. And this person's going, that person's going. And they get there and it's like,
Oh.
And he allegedly drugged them.
Yeah.
He supposedly passed around drugs while they were there.
Their phones, they couldn't take any videos.
But he took videos.
Yes. There were cameras all over the place. Cameras behind the mirrors.
Supposedly, sometimes these freak offs lasted for days.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then they would have people come in and they would take IVs to recover.
Well, so at least the IV
they thought of everything.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
They want to make, and there was a fire truck. There were fire trucks outside waiting, or not a fire truck. Sorry, like an ambulance.
Maybe that's why one of the fire guys was the fire rescue who testified. I wonder if he was testifying about some of the parties he saw. I don't know because I know.
Okay, so He testified and said, I missed that part.
Which one?
The fire rescue.
I don't know.
How is it that he got fire rescued there? And
Not fire, the ambulance.
Ambulance.
I don't know.
No, they said they always had an ambulance outside waiting.
Just in case?
How do
Just
you
in
hire
case.
an ambulance? And what are you saying to them? Hey, I'm having a freak off?
From what I understand is he's so powerful because there was one that testified that said everywhere they went, he was in the room. And they were like, why is he in the room? They didn't understand why he was in the room. He was always observing. So from what I understand,
Who's he?
Sean Combs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So what I
They were his
understand is
parties.
that not just his parties, every room.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the room.
Okay.
There's also where there was a part where the cops did a fingerprint of something and it disappeared.
I don't know.
So he's in the room with everyone. So it's like, yes, everyone's talking about him. I'm like, for him to be that one person in the room, that one man is doing all this stuff?
No, there's others.
And how can he have so much on all these people? Who's helping him? There has to be someone higher than him.
Well, maybe
But if it's not, I'm like,
maybe we'll find out.
At some point, I assume he's going to speak.
I would imagine. Well,
and name names.
I don't know.
Or maybe he does need to speak. He might get pardoned.
Well, I don't know. I know. I saw the video when they asked Trump, our president, if they would pardon him. He didn't know. He said he didn't know much about it, but he would look at the facts, and to see if he was treated fairly or not. So, okay, well, you know.
And he said he doesn't care about party, whether he's a Democrat or Republican.
That's good.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else was going on with this case? I mean, yeah, it was just some wild reading. The indictment's not one of those real big speaking indictments where it tells all the nitty gritty. It's kind of like vanilla. It says a few little things, but nothing major. But but you know, one of the things I forgot about was and they talked about when they raided his houses in Miami and Los Angeles, they found thousands of bottles of baby oil.
Baby oil, which I'm still trying to understand that.
He liked when we're all oiled up. That's what I heard Cassie was saying. Like anytime you got when the off is going on, the freak off is going on, and it's if you got a little dull, he liked the shiny, glowy of the baby oil.
Okay, that was my next question. I didn't want to get too explicit, but why?
I was thinking for
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know.
But you know what? Okay, so I was thinking about being a waxer, the down there once, because I'm a cosmetologist and I can do I fall, my umbrella falls over all these different things. And I remember the person had baby powder, the waxer that was trying to teach me, baby powder, and I had baby oil. When I say I do not like baby powder and baby oil anymore.
Well, apparently P. Diddy did because he had a few thousand bottles of it.
Talking about the freak off and all the smells and all that stuff. I don't even like that stuff anymore. Just to smell it, it reminds me of waxing someone. I'm like,
well, who knows what was going on there?
You have to be you got to be a strong person to wax someone below the belt. And I'm not one of those people.
So I was surprised when I read about the criminal enterprise that they alleged that not only just the sex trafficking, but there was forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
I mean, people said they were actually kidnapped at some point in time by this guy, or by his organization, or people in his organization, which is pretty wild, though. I just I don't know. So I guess Cassie Ventura, she's done testifying, and I think Mia is now done testifying.
And she just had her baby too. I think her.
Oh, she just had a baby?
Yeah, she just had her baby. Came a couple days early.
Was that her second?
I think
it was her third, wasn't it?
Right? Yeah.
I think it's the third.
Yeah. So she was they wanted to hurry up and get her to testify and get her information out there because they knew that she at any given day right now she was gonna give birth.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was her third child.
Wow.
We're not sure what the sex of the child is as yet, but if it's as beautiful as her, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, she was what? She's half Filipino and half black, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think African American and Filipino. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe so.
I mean, she doesn't have a beautiful past, but
yeah.
And you know what? I'm proud of her husband. That man stood by her. That's a good man. That's a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Doesn't care.
No, he did.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah. That's the kind of man you need in your life that supports you. Because I know mentally, physically, all that emotions is, you know, a woman, we go through all these hormones and our body just fluctuates all the time. And just to have someone to stand by you through thick and thin and do all these different things with you and show up for you and not worrying about all these other people saying what they have to say. That's a man you need in your life.
Yeah. Well, but you know, I'm thinking down the road.
That's what she needs. Yeah.
If he's convicted, like what type of an impact does it have on all of his businesses? I mean, how many thousands of people are employed by these businesses, and are they going to remain open? Or?
I don't think. Remember, it's more than one people that owns his business. It's not just him. So I think I've looked up a little bit of. It says, hold on, let me find it.
I don't know. That's you know.
But on the stock market, a lot of it went. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't even. Are they publicly traded companies? I guess so. Some of them. I have no idea if they're publicly traded or not.
I researched them, but
Diageo, the global beverage company, partnered with Combs and Ciroc vodka brand.
Mm-hmm.
Since the trial commenced, Ciroc's organic sales have plummeted by 32% year over year in 2005, reflected the brand's diminished appeal amid the legal proceeding.
Wow.
So, and then Warner Music Group.
Mm-hmm.
Music Group holds a 50% equity stake in Bad Boys Record pre-2009, 2009 music catalog. The trial negatively plummeted publicity. The significant, I'm not the best reader, but reportedly collapsed to 10% of its peak worth.
Well, okay. So.
And then Sony Group, he has his hands in a lot.
He does.
Sony Group Epic Records division handles the distribution of Bad Boys Records' current release, while Sony broader profile made.
Never mind. All right.
Then it has real estate holding, and he has an investor considerations. It's just everything kind of went down, and everyone's pulling back from him at the moment. But in the end, I mean,
I thought there was all these names of people that were going to come out, entertainers and stars.
I thought so as well.
Who supposedly fled the country, Ireland and Canada, and don't want to come back until but I haven't heard anything yet. Have you?
I supposed, and I thought that they were all he was gonna snitch to save his own self, but he has not yet.
Interesting.
Fashion media, Sean John.
Well, yeah, I'm sure his businesses are all. I mean, that's what happens when you have freak offs.
It's not even that. It just happens when you get caught. From what I understand it, I mean, it's alleged, but this shit's evil. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it is.
It's evil. It's mean.
I'm gonna put Tim on the spot because you used to be a defense attorney.
I did. I was.
So my question is,
criminal defense lawyer.
How would you defend him?
I think
if he's paid really good.
First of all, I want a big paycheck up front.
Yeah.
I want a nice big fat paycheck. And or I used to work, they used to come in with big fat paychecks, not for me, but for my former boss. But anyway, I think what they're doing is probably how I would do it. They have to beat up the witnesses or the victims' credibility. They've got to, like with the one woman, Mia, supposedly they have all these social media posts and they're reading them out to the jury and they're presenting them as evidence. Mm-hmm. And basically saying this says nothing about him sexually assaulting you or harming you or threatening you or anything about this. And it's all about what a great guy he is and blah, 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 blah. And now you're here telling this jury he's a horrible man and did all these terrible things. How do you square those two? And so, but I think what she said, from what I understand, just from some of the reading, is that she was just said, I was afraid. I didn't want to lose my job. This is part of what I had to do, is to, pump up his name. But that's unfortunately, that's in these types of cases, that's what you go after. You have to go after the credibility of the witnesses who are coming in and testifying, saying he did this to me. And he said, she said,
and they have to speak up.
Yeah. It's pretty tough. But how would you handle as a private investigator, do you think, if someone hired you to say, let's say one of the victims said, hey, this is what's going on. What can you do? I mean, what would you do?
I would do the work. I would do the unfortunately, I would do the background search on the witness.
Yeah.
And
I guess you could interview people, right?
What's that?
You could go out and interview people if you knew
absolutely
supposed victims or something.
I would interview them and I would do the background search on them.
What are you searching for over there?
I'm trying to find the list of the people that I know. I put it down. The list of the people that were on trial that came up and spoke. That's what I'm trying to find.
You mean who testified?
Yeah, that testified.
I said there was the two girls, Cassie and Mia. Is it
And
Cassie? Is that how they pronounce it? No, there were like 4 others.
There were, yeah.
There were like police officers, fire guys, something. One was a somebody who makes stars look good. I forget what they called it. Some professional. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's the 6 people that have testified thus far, as far as I know.
That's crazy. I had more. I thought So I've been listening. Okay, so I'm on YouTube and I'm listening to this other podcast, and they're talking about. Let me name all the people that this YouTube page, and I'm not gonna give them a shout out because they messed me up because I've been listening to them for a long time. They said, "What
are you doing listening to the podcast?"
Oprah was on there. They said Will Smith was on there. Usher came out and spoke. They said that they had The Rock eating monkey brain.
Okay, where are you going?
This podcast that I don't want to name them, but that's what it says. It's talking about all the witnesses that came out. They're good. Like all these stories that are coming out are so distracting that you don't know what's the real truth anymore.
That's the problem with social media.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You don't know what's true anymore.
It is crazy, and the story is so captivating. That's it. It pulls you in. I'm like, I'm in my mind. I'm like, this has to be fake. This sounds made up, but it sounds so good.
Right. Wow. Man.
What?
Nothing. Just nothing. I'm not even going to follow that comment. Good. I'm not even going to follow that comment.
So I do have some questions for you guys.
Okay.
Go ahead.
On the private investigator and the Diddy case. How are private well, some of these questions he may have already answered, but still we're going to do it again just for the people that may have missed it.
Okay.
How are private investigators relevant to Diddy's trial?
Well, like I said, we interview witnesses, victims, gathered information, but you're gonna ask me the same question, but the main thing is the misconception is that clients think I
can save them.
Can fix things. No, right. I don't. I gather information. I give it back to the client for the most part, unless it's like I said, if there's a victim of child abuse or sex abuse or whatever, then yes, I feel like I need to report it. But otherwise, I give you back the information, and it's up to the attorney
to do what.
Correct.
Because I can tell you about a high-profile sex assault case we handled back in the late '90s, the Marv Albert case. If you remember, Marv Albert was the NBA sportscaster who worked for NBC and very famous. He was the one that always said yes. That was a famous line. He was accused of biting and sexually assaulting a woman in a hotel room in Virginia. And so one of the things that we did in that case is we employed a private investigator who went around and actually interviewed witnesses and people that knew her, and we got a lot of information about people that things that she had done and what people had to say about her and her allegations against Marv. One of the guys we were trying to get interviewed and get under subpoena so he could testify was Peter Jennings, the former
I know
ABC,
Peter Jennings. I know of him.
ABC newscaster, because he supposedly was also with her in the same way Marv was. And we understand.
In what way?
Well, because
this is legal shit. We gotta be blunt. Let's get it out there.
Well, she was a woman who I think she was a telephone operator at one of the hotels that Marv was staying at in Miami.
Something I didn't know.
But she had a separate side to her, and she would go with various high net worth people or famous people who would come into the hotel to see the game. So supposedly there was a lot of different entertainers that knew her, or people, famous people that knew her, but we were trying to find Peter Jennings, and supposedly he left and went to Canada, which is where he's from. He's from Canada, but we couldn't get him under subpoena. But we used a private investigator in that case to find witnesses that look into her background, and then find people that knew her and see what they had to say about her. And it was really interesting.
Okay, so could early PI involvement have prevented some of the alleged misconduct within PDD's thing? I mean, potentially, right?
Again, it goes back to I
Especially
gathered the
to make it go so
information.
far, because it's been going on for decades, from what everyone's saying.
Yes, I just gathered the information unless, like I said, unless I'm morally bound.
But you could have shut it. It could have shut down.
I could have said something.
Yeah.
Yes, if I was involved.
What challenges do people face in cases involving powerful individuals, though? What challenges like that? Like, even if you're a private investigator, what challenges could they threaten your life?
Well, thankfully it hasn't happened. But
we're talking about P. Diddy. We're talking about P. Diddy.
Okay. Yeah, they can threaten my life, and
there's actually they found they part of the indictment did say P. Diddy and people around him did carry guns, and I think when they raided his house, they found 4 AK-47s and other items. So a lot of baby life.
What?
I have worked a case which I won't discuss, but there was an issue. And I kind of let it go.
Oh, you let the case go?
Yeah.
You're so scary.
Yeah. Well,
did you run away?
No, I didn't run away, but I just walked away. I told the client, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Right. Listen,
hey, live to fight another day.
There's there's powerful people out there, and they can.
I have do criminal cases.
You see, and that's how I think about it. I'm like, to be like, all these people want to be rich, and the cost of being rich is like, I want to be rich, but I want to be okay. I don't want to be at that level where someone's coming to find me.
Right. Yep.
I want to live nice.
Well, but if you talk to,
just leave me alone. I don't have enough money.
But if you talk to a lot of not the wealthy people, but if you talk to a lot of people that are famous and well-to-do, a lot of them say they just really went quiet and they can't get it. I used to guard some entertainers when I worked in Atlantic City, and that's one of the things I heard from them is I just want to be left alone for a day and not be bothered, because everywhere I go, people are, hey.
Hey, well, leave the money with me then.
That's right.
Leave some of it. I don't want all of it. I don't want the level that, where we get tracked, where the crazies come out. I don't mind the fans. I just don't want the crazies coming to find me to make me their investment piece.
Right.
Turn me into an investor without my choice.
Yeah, there are some crazies out there.
No, I am far from famous, and I say the same thing though. I just want to be left alone.
Right. I just want to be peace and quiet.
Reggie.
I think I had that 5 people text me yesterday for various things.
Right.
Just leave me alone.
But Reggie, the thing is, you always seem like the one that has the answers.
There you go.
That, and I don't ever say no, which is
my problem. That's
why you're here today.
Yes.
No.
Text me.
No, but Reggie said he wanted 9, 8. Reggie said to text him, so that's why I thought it was okay.
No, it's fine.
I'm
last minute though.
Well, that's me. Because you know what? I thought about it way earlier in the day, and I didn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I never say no.
Okay, so another question. Are there legal limitations to what people can do in such investigations? Like, is there time limit?
Well, I think we discussed this last time, so I can't videotape or record inside a residence.
Right.
Okay, so
oh yeah. Say it again. You're a new guest. You're new people.
Okay, so
as a private investigator,
you have an expectation of privacy within your residence. So I can't videotape or record you being inside your residence. So whatever you're doing in there, right or wrong, can't report it.
So what about if you have a drone? I've always seen the drones come up on the balcony.
Drones are not legal.
Oh.
For private investigations.
Oh, okay, got you.
You need an FAA license.
Right.
Most people don't know that. Don't realize it. So people who have drones, they're pretty much using them illegally.
They're just stalkers.
Yeah, remember we used to see a drone outside our condo window, our condo building, like hovering around different. I'm thinking, are they like trying to film people?
I figure it was the police officer.
I don't know. You never know.
Were scoping the place to make sure we're okay. Maybe because Trump was coming to be president. I figure it was all kind of Secret Service. That's what I was thinking.
Maybe. I don't know.
When I saw the drones.
But we're like far away from
it. You're supposed to get a license.
Yeah, for it. Yep, exactly.
But we know the government has license.
So does anyone who's coming to? I haven't looked into who's going to be testifying next. They seem to have called Cassie the star witness. So I don't know who else is going to be testifying in the trial. But
yeah, she's already had her baby. So right now she's on break.
Yeah.
And they try to get her out as soon as possible because they wanted to make sure, she was gonna have her baby.
Wow.
So the next question is, how can people assist in incorporating witness testimonies? How can people assist in corroborating witness testimonies?
I'm gonna let Tim answer that one.
Yeah, I mean,
word of evidence, such as documents.
It's just that's exactly right. People testifying, you corroborate it with documents, emails.
Like that video.
In today's world, it's social media. What did someone say I just heard recently? Like all of the evidence that we need is usually in our phones anymore. I mean, we've got everything.
Mm-hmm.
If someone gets arrested, you get to go to a witness and grab their phone. There's so much information in there. Emails, I keep.
The cameras that's around town. Yeah.
There's a camera everywhere you go now. I mean,
yes.
I mean, anything you do today, you should expect it to be recorded, videoed, and audio.
And they do have technology that makes sure that the videos weren't edited or tampered with. They want to make sure it's real. The real.
Oh, do they? I guess I hope they do. But yeah. With AI these days, I mean, they can make them almost anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really weird. But I always tell my clients, if you don't want a jury to hear it or a judge to hear it, don't say it or do it or write it, because most likely it's coming out at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So
how does Diddy's trial intersect with business litigation?
What do you mean?
So you're a business litigation lawyer.
Yeah.
How does it intersect with that? Business litigation?
Not too much, except for the fact that there's going to be forfeiture proceedings and they're going to go after all the assets and the business assets, and they're going to try to make some connection between the unlawful activity and the asset, whether it be stock in businesses or royalties or whatever. And they're going to say that he benefited and obtained these assets because of through the criminal activity. So that's a whole business side. Those are forfeiture proceedings the government will initiate later on and things like that.
No, but what's your opinion? I want you not think about what they're going to do. I want to pretend like it's a case that you're working on. And how does that work? Like, what would you do? What would you recommend?
Well, I mean, for him to protect his assets.
Yeah. How do you recommend Diddy to protect himself?
It's when you're up against the United States government, who's got all the resources in the world, it's pretty tough to do much. And I think I do not want to be a federal criminal defendant, because usually when they come to arrest you, they've got all the evidence they need.
Yes.
To lock you up and keep you there for a long time. As compared to the state, a lot of times they make an arrest and then they start developing the evidence. The feds usually they have all the things they've got, and when they finally have it all, that's when they do the indictment and come to arrest you. So I know it's tough.
I want no part of it.
But backing up to social media.
Yeah.
So majority of my
your mic.
Oh, sorry. Majority of my clients are personal injury attorneys, and the first thing a personal injury attorney tells their client is get off Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And half of them don't listen. They're posting, stop posting.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same in anything.
Anything. I
mean, even my friends, my brother, and whoever else, they love posting.
But
I'm always posting.
But it all comes back to haunt you.
And not to give away one of my secrets, but if I'm trying to find someone, the first place I go,
social media. Yeah. A lot of young people today, they don't realize that now when they go to get jobs, I mean, they have people that's what they do for a living. They look at people's
do these young people really want jobs? They are social media entrepreneurs. They're streamers. They're everything. That's a job in itself.
It is a strange world out there. That people can be millionaires just for doing nothing.
Yeah, but it's
creating nothing.
Time changes. Just like when we used to we used to write everything.
Yeah.
Then we had the printer. Then we had the computer. Time changed.
I didn't have computers when I was young.
Yeah, but you have it now.
I took computer programming in high school. We had to punch in certain commands on punch cards and then feed them through a card reader so the computer would understand what we wanted
and
to do.
I bet the next person I said, oh my goodness, we don't want that machine. Right. Every time something comes out, we all say the same thing, but we end up needing it. Look at us on the computers. Look at us doing all these different things.
I don't post.
Yeah.
Do you post, Antoinette?
Yes, I post for everyone.
I know she does. So
I post for everyone. I grab their phone and post.
I was going to ask both of you, because of my family and friends, they will do it. You guys post your meals?
No,
I do.
You do?
Not just I do a reel. So I'll throw Tim in it, me, and then where we, and to make it look cute. I'm trying to talk him into making. I really want to do like little videos because I see all these interracial couples, older, younger, and they do all these cute videos. And I've been trying to get Tim to do it, but he just
goofy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Facebook, YouTube world. If you see me posting with another man, it's because my husband won't do it. I've already put out there and recruit. I'm trying to recruit someone to do my videos with.
All right.
He can go do his thing. I'm going to still be posting, doing my reels.
I'm wondering if P. Diddy would. I hope he could use AI and just disappear by using AI or something.
So,
he's got some issues coming up.
Can businesses associated with Diddy face legal consequences? So all the businesses.
Yeah, that's why a lot of businesses are that happens all the time, right? Anytime that something happens to a celebrity or something,
they drop you.
Sponsors drop you. Boom. Who's a golfer that got in trouble and boom, all of a sudden just all the sponsors drop. They come back sometimes.
Tiger Woods?
Tiger, yeah, that's right. Well, I couldn't think of Tiger, but I mean, he after that episode or incident, he lost a lot.
Ex-wife.
Yeah. Which let me hush up.
Okay.
Say.
I don't know where you were going with that.
Because
what?
Forget it. None of my business.
All right.
Anyway.
All I know, she took a lot of money. And was only there for a short period of time.
She's doing well.
Yeah.
But good, smart woman.
Yeah. Well, he does all right himself. He's not.
Yeah. And his son is, oh my goodness. Have you seen his son perform?
No.
His son looks moves everything like him.
His son's doing well.
Yeah, doing very well.
Younger daughter just graduated high school.
Oh, really? He had a daughter?
Yeah, she just graduated the Benjamin.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Benjamin School.
Nice.
Oh, good school.
Yeah, I watched him out there with his son, that's what I like to see, like their fathers out there with their kids.
What's the son do?
Golf.
Oh, he's a golfer.
Oh my goodness, he's great.
Yeah. All right, good.
Yeah, he's a apple off the tree. What they say?
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
He did not fall far. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But yeah, businesses tend not to want to associate with people that are high-profile people who are committing crimes.
And that's what's happening.
And very high-profile.
And all these different.
Yeah, high-profile crimes. Because a lot of people, I think, when that happens, they morally feel, I don't want to buy that person's product if he's that type of a person. I don't want to support him.
And they weren't dropping him for a while.
Yeah.
It's when all the gross stuff came out. Ooh, that stuff is gross.
Wow.
Like just to hear. I mean, how you gonna pee? How you gonna let someone pee in your mouth? That's just nasty. I'm sorry. That's beyond. I don't want to put it out there. This is legal shit. This is not for kids.
No.
We block the kids on our platform.
Okay.
It's gross. It didn't matter if she had her cycle on or anything. She had to perform.
I agree. So anyway,
that's gross.
Well,
I'm sorry.
That's freak offs, right? Isn't that why you have freak offs?
Yes.
So that's another reason why businesses had to drop him, because I mean, how can you hear all this stuff and the public hear all this stuff and then you still keep him as a client or keep him as the face of it?
That's right.
Because he loves taking pictures.
He was producing money at the time.
Right. He loves taking pictures. If you pull up, he had millions and millions nice pictures. Like,
yeah, no, he was a good entertainer.
Nice to be in everything.
He was a great entertainer. Just a little freaky. A little, maybe a lot freaky.
Oh my goodness!
You hate to see someone like that end up the way he is. Facing a life.
What do you mean, hate? No, man.
No, I mean, you don't want to see people fall like that. But,
what? There's someone with a mindset like that. I don't know.
You didn't let me finish my thought. You jumped all over me.
Sorry. I caught me off guard. I'm like, what?
Man.
I know what he was trying to say. He's going to say.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But no, I was going to say, you hate to see that, but of course, he was doing the bad things that he was doing. Apparently, allegedly, there's a lot of testimony about it. So, yeah, it's a little unfortunate. But anyway.
As a woman, as a man.
Well.
And I don't want to go into the younger kids that may have, that they're alleged that has happened to. I'm happy Usher's okay. He seems okay.
Yeah.
Because he did a show with Robin Givens. Robin, what's her name?
Yeah. From Howard Stern?
Howard Stern.
Yeah, Robin Givens.
Oh, no, that's
Howard Stern. He did a show with Howard Stern. Not Robin.
Robin Givens. It's Robin. I think I heard last name. Right?
Yeah,
It's not. Robin.
Oh, okay.
So he did a show with Howard Stern, and Howard Stern asked him, would he send his son to Flavor Camp? Would he send his kids to Flavor Camp? And he was like, hell no.
What's Flavor Camp?
That's where he went.
No.
Usher was at the Flavor
What is
Camp.
Flavor Camp?
P. Diddy's camp.
Oh, is that what they called it?
Back in the days, Flavor Camp.
Flavor Camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I see.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavor there.
Wow. He has things with F's. Flavor Camp, Freak Offs.
Maybe that's it.
It's Robin Quivers.
Quivers?
Robin
That's
Quivers.
your name?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Robin Givens is another person, right?
I know. Robin Givens is a comedian.
No, she's an actress.
That's right.
She was married to Mike Tyson.
Okay.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That makes sense.
That's right. You get a moment of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, can business associates? Okay. What is the significance of RICO charges in the context?
Well, just
The racketeering influence in corporate organizations.
well, because what RICO does is it brings it's like an umbrella, and it covers not just one person but a whole group of people that were part of the criminal enterprise. So as long as you're agreeing, I think I don't remember the statute, but it's I don't remember it verbatim, but it's like two or more people doing two or more predicate acts, and they don't even have to do the act as long as they agree to do the act. So if we're sitting here conspiring to do some bad act, and we got all this stuff together, but we never really actually do the act, and my understanding is you can still get charged with RICO.
Okay.
Even if you don't do the bad act, as long as once you're conspiring to do the bad act.
Someone finds proof that you're.
But I'm not sure. It's a messy statute. It's a big long statute.
Okay, but back to this again. He's the one that's been charged.
Yeah, that's what the indictment says.
I think they're just going to let him take the fall. I know it can't just be him. And no one else is calling anyone else's name. They're only saying his name.
I know.
I think they're scared. Someone else is scaring them.
This is the indictment here.
Someone else is scaring them too. It's not just
Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, PD, and Love.
So how might this trial affect Diddy's business ventures? Well, we already know that.
It's going downhill.
I don't know. It might
he might come through as a good partner.
He is trending very high.
Really?
If he had a YouTube page or anything, he's making a lot of money. He's also making money at the same time while he's in
I'm sure he's probably got royalties and all kinds of stuff.
So I didn't
because
look it
good
up.
publicity, bad publicity is still publicity.
I didn't look it up, but do either of you know what his net worth is?
No.
Look it up right now.
Okay.
We can find it. I don't know how accurate it is, but it might be a little bit less.
I mean, does it really matter? Because he has his hands in so many people's pockets.
Lawyers.
But he has so many other people out here paying him because he's threatening them.
Yeah.
That's what
Wild, man. It's just wild.
P. Diddy's net worth. Oh, goodness. Leave me. You're not supposed to laugh at me.
No, but
I don't. That's right.
His network is going to bring up all types of people.
Yeah, don't call me out. It's like the person on your team, the person that's supposed to be with you, is supposed to protect you. Sometimes don't protect you. They laugh and pick on you.
I was just correcting.
This is what I talk about in my summer camp. Because I know my glitches. I know words that I say and all that stuff. And the people that's supposed to be protecting you, I'm telling you, be careful.
P. Diddy's net worth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't pick on me. Help me. I'm not laughing either. I'm serious. I'm really serious.
Man.
You know I get offended when you do that.
Just trying to help out.
No, do not pick on me. You know how my vocabulary is and all that stuff.
Okay.
So let me just write it.
Now I'm gonna laugh at you.
You can laugh. You're not in my house. You're not in my bed. The person that's beside me is supposed to be protecting me, not laughing at me, embarrassing me in front of other people.
Not laughing at you.
Okay, so P. Diddy's net worth has been estimated at $400 million. However, his net worth may fluctuate as his investigation or his investment in business ventures change. In 2022, Forbes estimated his net worth at $1 billion, but this has likely decreased since then.
Okay. Well,
all right, so he's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, financially, I don't know about
financially, yeah.
But everything else.
Plus, he changed a couple of things. I heard through the grapevine. He changed a couple before he went to jail or before they got him because I guess he knew they were coming.
Oh yeah, he was at a hotel.
Yeah,
he was waiting for them to come again.
But he already changed names and all that stuff and put things in different places to make sure that they couldn't take a lot of money.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But all his kids have all the kids have their business.
Yeah,
Everyone,
kids,
he has what, 6 kids or 4?
And his twin daughters
Graduated from college.
college or high school last week.
I'm sorry, high school.
High school.
Yeah, high school.
Okay.
Looking beautiful as always.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are these procedures, or are there precedents of businesses facing fallout from executive criminal actions? I don't even know
what does that mean?
Here, you read this one.
What are you talking about? Where?
Right here, this one. Precedents.
Oh, are there precedents of businesses facing fallout from executive criminal actions? Yeah, I mean, again, we get into the same thing when either a business is sponsoring a very famous person who does bad things, or when one of their executives do bad things, the business usually faces fallout because people, they want to boycott the product and support this business because they're doing certain things. And there's been a number of businesses for a number of reasons where we had boycotts, and maybe they're supporting one side or the other, and politically, and people say, "I don't want to," So
Especially in the political world.
Yep.
That's the people who are the guests,
The customers, the consumers.
no, golly, I'm starting to stutter.
What?
The jury.
What about it?
Because they have to keep them private now. I'm just going to talk about the jury. What's going on with the jury? Do you know anything?
No, I mean, the jury. I don't know if they're sequestered. I don't know. I haven't read anything.
No,
about
I don't know
that. I don't think they are.
about that.
But,
do anyone know about who the
no,
jury
but that's always a weird thing, because you're supposed to have a fair and impartial jury, and you try to find people of the public that haven't heard about the event, but something like this, most people have heard about the event.
Yeah.
And so, they're instructed not to look on the internet, not to read newspapers, not to talk to people about the case, and to only rely upon what you hear in the courtroom's evidence. And that's part of the voir dire process. When you're picking juries, you're trying to find people who are not lying to try to get on the jury, because some people lie to try to get on the jury in a case like that.
So the question is, what do you think about this trial? Our time is almost up. What do you think? You think he's gonna beat it? Or you think he's already done time served?
Well, no, he's facing life sentences.
I don't think they're gonna do that. Because I have not seen anything where they prove it, but they don't prove it. That's what it seems like. It's like it's like legally, I haven't seen anything to hold him in jail other than saying that they have videos, but did he really do it? Are you sure?
So you don't think Cassie was?
Oh, I believe that, but he paid her already. That's a past trial. You can't trial
that came into this trial. That video, I believe.
But I thought you can't do it twice. Once he's already been on trial for something.
But that was civil.
Oh, okay.
That was a civil case, yeah.
So
you're talking about double jeopardy, right?
Yeah, but when has a man ever went to jail forever for beating up a woman?
No, but it's sex trafficking. That's the one big thing. It's the sex trafficking and the RICO claim.
And sex trafficking. Has anyone ever been to jail forever for sex trafficking?
Probably.
Yeah,
forever? Okay.
Well,
I can't name anybody right now. But
because women to me sometimes don't get the. Yeah, it's a woman. Who cares?
What I haven't heard, different from some cases like sex trafficking cases, and that, I haven't heard that it's like it was unwilling girls. It wasn't.
Yeah. That's all.
I'm looking at this wire like moving around. I'm like, what is going on over there? It's a dog playing with the wire or scratching herself or something. Anyway, this isn't a case where they're going out finding like young girls in Latin America, bringing them back and turning them into sex workers. From what I understand, they're talked about as commercial sex workers. In other words, this is what they do, and they came there when they were paid to participate. So it's a little different. It's still he's facing sex trafficking and for the RICO category.
Because just like what's his name, the football player, just because he moved and the young girl that's suing him for $15 million. The football player that alleged, the one we talked about last time. Big guy, Sean. What's his name? His podcast.
I don't know. Oh,
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, he's also on sex trafficking just because he moved.
What do you mean he's on sex trafficking? He's on trial?
No. That's part of it. That's part of his thing.
It's a civil lawsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And ESPN got dropped him.
Yeah.
Well, again, there you go.
No, they put him on hold. They put him on ice.
They dropped him.
That's a nice way of firing him. Just say, we'll put you on hold for a while, and he'll never come back.
He may be caught up in sex trafficking because the woman, he moved with the woman.
Yeah.
And before they dropped him, he did say, I'm going to take a break.
Yeah, I remember that. That's right. Now I remember. Now it's coming back to me.
Yeah.
So I guess the moral of the story is no freakouts.
No freak-offs.
No freak-offs. I'm sorry. Why do I keep thinking freakouts?
Freak out? Is that a song?
Yes, it is. Freak-out.
It's a song. Yeah.
It's like the disco era. But anyway, no freak-offs. They're bad and they get you in trouble.
They're not bad. Just don't drug people and don't let people do whatever they want.
Don't force people.
Yeah, don't force people to do it. Let them do whatever. They're trying to name it as swingers. They're trying to say it's a swinging environment too.
Maybe.
Yeah. But swingers
everybody's
willingly go there.
There you go.
They willingly go there.
Yeah.
But I mean,
supposedly that's stuff. But those are the allegations that some of the people weren't willing; they were forced to go there. But through various means.
Yeah.
You're going to lose your job. You're not going to get paid. Blah 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 blah. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You know.
All right. So
that's it. I think we're good there for PGA.
Okay. Oh wait! I didn't even do my announcement. Okay, guys.
Oh,
what's your announcement?
Okay, guys, the summer camp. We do have a summer camp that's coming up. It's free for kids 10 to 15 downtown West Palm Beach.
Speaking of Mike.
Oh. Hey guys, we do have a summer camp that's downtown West Palm Beach. It's free for the kids, ages 10 to 15. We have our sponsors, Subculture, Reggie Rock, 335 Speakeasy, Timothy Schulz, that's right here, My Boutique, Ocean Hair Bar, Pistache, Ganache Bakery. If you'd like to be a sponsor, all local businesses. We do all our business, all our stuff in their location. The kids walk around Clematis because in the summer it's really slow. And the businesses need a little bit more attention. So it's like free advertisement. We share, we post, we do all these different things.
They come here and learn how to do a little bit of podcast or public speaking and use the equipment.
Yeah.
I think what we should do for the camp is have
Let me hear this. Please don't joke on anything. Don't let me smack you. Don't entertain.
Maybe we could teach them like wash cars or something like that.
Kids do that.
I know.
They wash cars, but we don't like.
I was hoping it might wash for free.
Oh, good, for free.
Well, there's Mimi.
All right. Also, we have a fashion show at Pistache on the 28th. So make sure you show up. Tickets are $100. Supporting a great cause. We have the fashion show, and plus Tim will be performing with the Dance Hub instructor, Dance Hub downtown West Palm Beach. We've been taking dance classes, so come out and watch Tim perform.
Already performed twice. We're performing the tango.
Yeah.
You're going to text me this to remind me.
Yes, I am. And we need people to sign up and come because we're trying to fill the entire Pistache restaurant.
Okay.
We need people to show up.
So if you're local, come on down.
And if you'd like to be a sponsor or a raffle item or something, hey, show up. Give us a call. All right.
Watch me dance the tango. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
And thank you, Reggie, for stopping in last minute.
For having me again.
Reggie.
Always a pleasure.
And keep your nose clean and no freak-offs.
No, definitely not.
Or freak outs.
The freak outs, whatever. We'll see you later.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.